afternoon. This is Valkyrie Gamer, and we are going to play Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. I have also been playing Lord of the Rings Online, all the deeds, all the quests, everything. A complete progression. Now we're going to be doing Final Fantasy XIV. I'm going to start with a new character and we'll go from there. Okay, so here we are at the opening screen. Let's start. Now I've done a little bit of work on this and I'm going to create a new character for this playthrough. I just used this other character to get a feel of Final Fantasy XIV before I started to record. So let's do a new character. Okay. Okay, Elzine looks like Lalafell. Too much like hobbits. Gote. Oh, actually, let's be boring and do a human. Okay. Let's keep her dressed. Okay. The here are said to have first traveled to Erozea from her surrounding continents and islands. 3 great migratory waves later, they are the most populous of all the civilized races. They exhibit a relatively modest physique, both in height and build, and are known for their particularly short, rounded ears. Here's are well suited for traveling long distances on foot, a trait thought to account for their swift proliferation. The espousal of their espousal of an eclectic variety of languages and traditions is the legacy of their diverse heritage, as their resulting lack of unified culture identity. Okay. Sunny. Oh. Okay. Okay, let's take her on. Highlanders are a little more bulky. Let's keep her as a Midlander. Let's make her tall, because you know I'm really tall. Muscle tone. Yeah, let's keep her that way. Bust size. Let's make her a little bit more busky. Hair color. I want her to be a fiery redhead. And her face. Let's make her that face. Jaw. Eye shape. I like type 1. Iris size. How much anime do we want? That's good. Eye color. Let's give her really green eyes. Eyebrows. Nose. Mouth. Lip color. Facial features. Do we want to give her any facial features? Let's give her some eyeliner. No tattoos. Do we want to give her face paint? Yeah, let's give her that. And yeah. Okay. Let's confirm this. Yeah. I'm gonna do this for video walkthrough. If I can remember how to type. Okay. We'll give her that goddess. There really isn't much different. Let's do archer, because I like being an archer. I was thinking about doing one of the, you know, magical people. Thaumaturge is just really into war, but let's do archer. Girdania. Okay. You have selected Adamantois as your starting world. Proceed. Okay, let us choose a good name for her. Leyko. Okay. And we'll begin a new character. Let's see what happens. Now loading. Well, I'm getting a better server internet connection soon, so hopefully I'll be able to upload these videos faster. Okay, let's see what she's up to.
Here. Here. Feel.
Now, I've played a Final Fantasy ever since Final Fantasy 1.
Feel. Think.
And it's funny to think that some of the theme music hasn't changed since those old monochromes. Oi. Yeah, all right, lass? You were moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. That'll be aether, I reckon. Some are more prone to sickness than others. No need to fret, though you'll get used to it soon enough. Feeling better, Kupo? Ah, you can see us. I had a feeling you could, Kupo. We're Moogles, and we live in this wood. Normal folk can't see or hear us, which makes you special, Kupo. And seeing as how you're special, maybe you can tell us something. The woods have been restless of late, lots of strange things happening. Have you chanced to witness anything suspicious, Kupo? But of course you haven't. You've only just arrived. Well, there's nothing for it then. We'll just have to keep looking. Nice to meet you, Kupo. Girdania is still a far way off, in case you're wondering. Seeing as you're awake, how about you keep me company till we get there? The young'uns don't much care for conversation, see? Bridmont's the name, Pedalin's Matrade. As for your good self, judging by your unusual garments, I'd say you were one of them new adventurers. Am I warm? I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventure's risky business these days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? I'm going to have her win glory. Oh, look at chocobos are pulling the cart. Glory, eh? Well, if you're willing to take on them tasks as other folks ain't, an adventurer such as yourself can win fame that what coin can't buy. When we arrive in town, you'll want to report to the Adventurers Guild. You can find everything you need to know about adventure and business in there. Just remember, though, there's more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. Halt. Go no further. Misuse of the word, it should be farther. What's this, then? Yawa! What's going on? A skirmish broke out up ahead with the Axel. For your own safety, you must remain here until... Bloody hells, we shall hold them here. Try to break clear. That was too bleeding close. This is obviously a G-friendly game. Next, the Axel will send us a welcoming party, though, eh? Joking aside, this won't be the last time you meet those feathered fiends, so just take care, alright? By the by, is this your first trip to Girdania? Yes, it's my first trip. It is. Well then, let's this journeyed itinerant tell you the ins and outs of your destination. The city of Girdania lies slap bang in the middle of the Black Shroud, the biggest, lushest forest in all of Erozea. Though it ain't near as lush as it used to be, saying that, not since the calamity laid half of it to waste. The destruction prompted a herd of new nasties to move in and give the Exo unneeded encouragement. Birdman raids had become a daily occurrence. Ah, at long last. Behold Girdania, the forest nation blessed by the elementals.
The Black Shroud, the ancient forest, close to the heart of Erozea. Beneath the boughs of its towering trees lies the woodland city-state of Girdania. Once a sanctuary from the world beyond the hedge, even the mighty elementals, eternal guardians of the forest, could not forestall the coming of the seventh umbral era. However, the goddess Nofika was never one to forsake her children, and today she welcomes another brave soul. One who may yet play a telling role in the tale of this great realm.
And here's where we part ways, lass. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares, and it's back to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this by way of thanks for keeping me company. Hey, you never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Because of the storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square.
May the matron take her to her bosom, that she may never want. And in her heart sow serenity, purity, and sanctity.
Now, Final Fantasy has recently released its second expansion, and this is A Realm Reborn. I have to admit, this scenery is really beautiful. I'm interested to see about where this story goes. As I said, I played Final Fantasy I back in the 80s, or was it the 90s? You there, yes, you. Your face is not known to me, newly come to the city, no doubt? I am Britanent, a wood whaler of the Gardania. It is my duty to protect our nation from her enemies while welcoming those who may yet prove to be her friends. Let's see which you are. Now eventually this archer will turn into a bard. Welcome to Girdania, a vibrant forest nation cradled in the bosom of nature. Please select the control scheme you wish to use. I'll use mouse and keyboard. Follow these easy instructions to move your character and adjust the position of the camera. When you are ready, speak to Britanent. Open your Final Fantasy XIV Lodestone player on your... No, I don't need to do that. Let's go see what he has to say. To be recognized as an adventurer in the city-state of Girdania, you must first register yourself with the Adventurers Guild. Another green adventurer, I presume. I thought as much. We cannot allow strangers to wander Girdania unchecked and untested. Before you rush off and begin pestering every second citizen from work, I suggest you make yourself known at the Carline Canopy. That's the headquarters of the local Adventurers Guild, in case if you were wondering. The Carline Canopy is the building behind me. Speak to Mother Mion when you're within, and she will take you in hand. You have begun a quest. Use the duty list to help complete your task. Okay. So let's see, where do I go? This is considerably less confusing than Limsa Morinza. There she is. Mother Mion, Carline Canopy Proprietist. Well, well, what have we here? A wide-eyed, wandering young adventurer, come to put your name down at the guild, I assume. Welcome, Mion's my name, or Mother Mion, as most call me, and the Carline Canopy is my place. As head of the Adventurers Guild in Girdania, I have the honor of providing guidance to the fledgling heroes who pass through our gates. No matter your ambitions, the Guild is here to help you obtain them. In return, we expect you to fulfill your duties as an adventurer by assisting the people of Girdania. A fine deal, wouldn't you agree? To an outsider, all eyes may seem well with our nation, but naught could be farther from the truth. The people live in a state of constant apprehension. The Exo and various gangs of common bandits provide an unending supply of trouble compounded by the ever-present threat of Garlean Empire to the north, and that is to say nothing of the calamity. Even now, the wounds have barely begun to heal, but I speak of it as if you were here. Forgive me, 5 years past, Erozea was well nigh to laid waste when a red worm emerged from within the lesser moon, Dalamud, and rained fire upon the realm. It is this which people call the calamity. Scarcely a square malm of 12's wood was spared the devastation, yet despite the forest's extensive wounds, not a soul among us can recall precisely how it all happened. I am well aware of how improbable that must sound to an outsider. It is improbable, but it's also true. For reasons we can ill explain, the facts surrounding the calamity are shrouded in mystery. There are as many versions of the events as there are people willing to recount them. Yet amidst the hazy recollection and the conflicting accounts, all agree on one thing. Erozea was saved from certain doom by a band of valiant adventurers. Whatever else we've misremembered, none of us have forgotten the heroes who risked life and limb for the sake of the realm, and yet whenever we try to say their names, the words die upon our lips. And whenever we try to call their faces to mind, we see naught but silhouettes amidst a blinding glare. Thus have these adventurers come to be known as the Warriors of Light. Pray, do not feel daunted by the deeds of legends. We do not ask that you become another Warrior of Light, only that you do what you can to assist the people of Girdania. Great or small, every contribution counts. I trust you will play your part. All that's left then to conclude the business of registration. Here's a quill. Scrawl your name right here. Oh, and I would appreciate it if you use your real name. There's a special place in the 7th Hell for those who use amusing aliases. Leyko Karanov. I'm quite sure that isn't an amusing alias. Very well. From this moment forward, you are a registered adventurer of Girdania, nation blessed with the elementals and the bounty of the 12's wood. The guild expects great things from you. Well, it expects things from me. Look at what arrived, another God's damned adventurer. Don't you start with that. Adventurers are the very salve that Girdania needs. The elder Seer herself bade us welcome them with open arms. Do you mean to disregard her will? Of course not, lest you forget my sworn duty is to uphold the peace. Am I to blame if outsiders bring mistrust upon themselves? You, adventurer, mind that you do not cause any trouble here, or I shall personally cast you out of this realm and into the 7th hell. Ahem. Pay that outburst no mind. He only means to console you. Suspicious characters have been prowling the 12's wood of late, you see, and the wood whalers feel they cannot afford to take any chances. As is often the way with folk who live in isolation, Girdanians are wont to mistrust things they do not know well, your good self included. Fear not, however. Given a catalog of exemplary deeds in no more than a handful of years, the locals will surely warm to you. Oh, just years. On behalf of my fellow citizens, I welcome you to Girdania. May you come to consider our nation as your own in time. Now then, you may depend on old Mother Mion to teach you a few things that every adventurer should know. Okay, and then I completed a quest. That sound is the same from back in the Final Fantasy I, only it was a bit less flamboyant then. You have taken your first steps as an adventurer in the city of Girdania. Mion, the proprietress of Carline Canopy, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. Let us begin at the beginning, shall we? Now that you are a formal member of the Adventurers Guild, we must be sure you have a firm grasp of the fundamentals of adventuring. To that end, I have 3 tasks I wish you to perform. Your first task is to visit the Aetherite. The massive crystal stands in the middle of Aetheroth Plaza, not far from Carline Canopy. As a device that enables instantaneous transportation, the Aetherite plays a key role in the life of the ever-wandering adventurer. Once you have located the crystal, all you need to do is touch its surface. A member of the Wood Whalers will be present to offer further instructions. For the second task, you are to visit the Archers Guild. There is no better place to learn the arts of the bow. Speak with Aethelina, and she will explain the benefits of joining the guild. And for your third task, I would have you visit the markets at the heart of Old Girdania's commercial district. There you shall find weapons, armor, and various items that an adventurer might need on her travels. There is, however, more to the markets than buying and selling goods. Speak with Parsemontre and listen well to his counsel. The master merchant can be uncooperative at times, so be sure to offer him one of my famous eel pies. Like so many men, he is much more charitable when his stomach is full. Here, I made a batch not long ago. You have your task, Leyko. May Nofika guide your path. Oh, and one more thing. Should you happen to come across any citizens in the need, do not be afraid to proffer a helping hand. I am certain they will be pleased to meet an adventurer in whom they can confide their woes. Granted, the work they offer is unlikely to be realm-shattering importance, but prove your worth and build a reputation, and in time folk will be more inclined to entrust you with matters of moment. I'd also suggest that you lend an ear to the smith here in the canopy. The smiths are trusted representatives of the Adventurers Guild and are an invaluable source of advice for neophyte heroes seeking to attain greatness. This game runs at 60 FPS and Lotro runs at like 2,000. Okay, there's a couple. Okay, I'm just double checking this. Okay, there's another new adventurer here. Greetings, I am one of the smiths, stoker of fires and forgers of futures. As a dedicated member of the Adventurers Guild, I have been entrusted with the task of providing assistance to new adventurers. I see you have recently taken up the adventurer's mantle. The possibilities stretching out before you must be positively daunting. In the Adventurers Guild, we see new adventurers as fledgling heroes. You are our champions of tomorrow, our nascent stars of limitless potential. My fellow smiths and I are here to provide you with guidance, but the Guild also enlists a cadre of veteran adventurers who will be happy to share with you their accumulated wisdom. You can recognize these helpful men and women by their title of mentor. Mentors stand ready to advise you on aspects of adventuring. They have hundreds of quests under their belt and will likely have a solution for whatever dilemma might be causing you trouble. A mentor may even offer to accompany you on your adventures. I highly recommend that you take advantage of the mentor's aid to enrich your experiences in Erozea. Pray do not hesitate to ask me if you would like to know more. New adventurer status is applied to all players who have recently begun their adventures in Erozea. Amongst Erozea's thriving population, there are seasoned players known as mentors who have taken it upon themselves to assist these new adventurers. When a new adventurer and a mentor form a party, they receive a bonus to experience points earned. Upon invitation by a mentor, new adventurers also gain access to the Novice Network, an exclusive chat channel where they can consult with mentors and share their experience with other beginning players. Okay, so let's go see if I can find let's go. There's only one exit. Bernadette is searching for adventurers eager to prove their mettle. Newly come to Girdania, are you? In search of fame and fortune, perhaps? If you have confidence in your abilities, I urge you to speak with Chancelop of the God's Quiver. You can find him standing vigil before the Archers Guild. The creatures of Twelve's Wood have been behaving most unnaturally of late, and it has fallen to the God's Quiver to pacify them. Alas, they are sorely undermanned. For this reason, able adventurers to supplement their ranks, I am certain that your offer of aid will be well received. Okay, let's see what this brings me. Greetings, adventurer. I see you are faithfully following Mother Mioni's instruction. Allow me to offer a bit of introduction myself. I am Nasia of the Wood Whalers, and I know a thing or two about aetheryte. Yes, that big crystal right there. Aetherites are devices that tap into ethereal energy and are primarily used as a means of to travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport are the most common transportation spells. Make direct use of the aetherites and their connection to the flow of the aether. And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Erozea, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune herself to each one. Truly, few things in this world are so useful to an intrepid explorer. But you need to not locate them all at once before rushing out into the wilds. I would suggest you start with the aetherites found here in Girdania. Should you wish to learn more about the aetherites or transportation magic, I am here to answer your questions. There's a lot more magic in this world than there is in Lotro. You attune with the aetherite, you are now able to use the return spell. Interesting. Idel is looking for an adventurer to deliver a forgotten item. Ah, an adventurer, precisely what we need. Not a moment ago we dispatched our newest recruit, Artur, to inspect Mikito's amphitheater. Regrettably, the young hire has more spirit than sense, and he charged off without his tools. Suffice it to say, he won't be getting any work done. Would you be so kind as to deliver them? Wonderful. Seek out Lothric at the acorn orchard behind the atrium. He should have Artur's tools. Okay. See if there's anything in here. Carpenter's Guild. This has to do with crafting. I haven't actually gotten to do any crafting in Final Fantasy XIV. Hunt board? I wonder what that is. Oh, cool. Let's see what... Sewer syrup. Western Fanaland. 5,000 gills. Huh. Interesting. Haven't run into that before. Oh, here's somebody else who needs something. Nikolai needs the assistance of a kind adventurer. I know a lot about adventurers. You'll do anything for a reward, won't you? Well then, I want you to make Nellie laugh. She is no good to strangers, so you should first introduce yourself politely with a bow. I bet you this talks about emotes. Adele sent you? Give me a moment. Here they are, still fresh and unused as the day he got them. Doubt he's even realized he left the bloody things behind. First day and he forgets his tools. Daft Sob needs a kick up the mumbles. Okay. Aha. This is the lady we're supposed to bow to. Works. Hi. Okay, speak with Calstrop. Seemed to have worked, but she still looks sad. Try sharing joy in your heart with her. That'll prove how nice you are. Joy. You're odd. Okay. Adventurer acting like an idiot. I think she's starting to like you. Good. Now that you've broken the ice, I bet that if you surprise her and just start dancing, she'll laugh her head off. Okay. I don't think I've had enough to drink. Giggle. Aha, you're a really good dancer, miss. That looked like fun. Maybe I should try it sometime. Adventurers come from all over the world. Thank you, you're pretty good at this. Anali lost her father 5 years ago during all the fighting, and she hasn't laughed much since then. So we're all really worried, but a lot of the youngerlings have been following me around lately. You wouldn't understand. Anyway, thanks for the help. Oh, I've gone up a level. Every young adventurer needs to go up a level or two. We can go. I'm going to go back and look at this crystal. Music on here is pretty awesome. Snapshot of that. Let's see. No, that's getting me out of Girdania. Okay, I need to go back up. So, some of this sounds vaguely like music from Lord of the Rings, the movie. Yeah, I know I talk about Lord of the Rings a lot. This is like Final Fantasy XIV is the second most popular MMO right now, right after behind World of Warcraft. And it's kind of nice to talk about some of the other ones. Bernadette sent me to you. Well, inexperienced or not, if you wish to prove your worth to the people of Girdania, you were right to come. You do not wish to prove yourself, do you not? I got some junk. Some items can be used, granting a variety of HP and more. Using an item is simply selecting use from the menu subcommands. Okay, and he's got another adventure. Chenalstrop, gods of the God's Quiver, is testing adventurers by sending them to slay forest fungars. Ordinarily, the forest fungars inhabit the central shroud are not more than a nuisance. However, we have received reports of vast clouds of the creature's spores have rendered parts of the 12's woods impassable and ruined crops besides. Periodically, we'll cull the fungar population in order to prevent such occurrences, but these creatures have taken to spawning out of season, making it ever more difficult to keep their numbers in check. Though this is indeed a troubling development, the God's Quiver has more pressing concerns and can ill afford to waste time fighting fungars. If you wish to prove yourself, go to the central shroud and exterminate 6 of the pests. Use caution and approach them one at a time, lest your adventuring career be cut disappointingly short. Okay. Fimbus of the Archers Guild wishes you to deliver a sealed message to the markets. Hail, adventurer, might you have a moment? I am in need of a trustworthy soul to deliver a missive to Parnell. You can find her in the shaded bower in the midst of the markets. Why would I not simply go and speak with her myself? Well, as I'm sure you have observed, Girdanians have a tendency to be rather, I mean, in person they can be, well, a little on the prickly side. The matter is not urgent. Simply hand over the missive to the next time you find yourself in the markets. Please, as a favor from one adventurer to another. Okay, I'm going to keep going until I finish the starting. Greetings, friend. You have found your way to the Archers Guild. Do you seek to uncover the secrets of our art? Now I think on it you have the look of one who's received Mother Mion's gentle instruction. Very well, I shall give you a brief introductory to the archery of the Archers Guild. These skills practiced by our archers allow them to gauge an enemy's weakness from afar, then turn the tide of battle with a single well-placed arrow. Should you join us, you will be taught to do the same. Archery is practiced in Girdania, was born of 2 distinct styles of bowmanship. The first was devised by the longbow sentries of Elazine, who once ruled the lowlands, while the second belonged to the shortbow hunters of the formerly nomadic Mikote. As you will doubtless be aware, both races ultimately came to call the 12's Woods home. Although these 2 peoples began as rivals, they gradually learned to live together in harmony. During this time, they learned from one another, their 2 schools of archery intermingling to give birth to the art known as it's known today. For a time, the bow was used primarily for hunting, but as the hunters vied with one another to prove who was the better shot, there emerged a group of archers whose ultimate goal lay not in the practical pursuit of prey, but in perfection. Thus, the Archers Guild born from the ranks of the Trappers League. It is the way of the guild to promote greatness in archery through friendly competition, and the results of our methods have been seen in vaulted archers of the God's Quiver, many of whom spent their formative years loosing arrows at the guild's practice butts. I hope this gives you a better idea of who we are and what we do here. Oh ho, did I see a spark of ambition flare within your eyes? If you wish to draw a string with the finest archers in Erozea, look no farther than the Archers Guild. Before you can enlist, however, you must gain the approval of the Guildmaster. Once you are ready, speak with me again and we can begin seeing about your enrollment. Okay, let's see what she has to say. So you're resolved to join the Archers Guild. Aethelin wishes you to reaffirm your desire to join the Archers Guild. The look in your eye bespeaks your determination. It would be my pleasure to refer you to Guildmaster Lucian. Lest you worry, Lucian is an amiable and kind-hearted woman. Even those not of the guild have been known to seek her counsel on various matters, and ever have they been given a fair hearing. Luciana waits for you in the training area. Present yourself and impress upon her your desire to join the guild. Okay. And there she is. Greetings, adventurer. I'm told you wish to join our ranks. I am Lucian, the master of the Archers Guild, and I bid you welcome. Our doors are open to all who have the will to learn. Allow me to explain the basics of our art and offer you a foretaste of that which we teach the members of our guild. The bow's greatest advantage is range. Unlike those arms used in other disciplines of war, it allows one to strike the enemy from afar. Though the bow may not boast the most destructive force of sword or spear, it is a myriad strategic applications more than compensate for its shortcomings. An experienced archer can immobilize an enemy by striking a leg or sap its strength with a poisoned arrow. Rise to become a virtuoso of archery, and a veritable deluge of death will be yours to rain down upon your foes. By fighting from a distance, we can better assess the battlefield and thereby determining the most advantageous course of action. This is paramount of importance, as our role in battle is to exploit the enemy's weakness. With the requisite placement and timing, but a single arrow may serve to turn the tide. To this end, the guild seeks to instill a discerning eye within its members that might learn to strike at vulnerability swiftly and surely. Now, any half-wit can bend a bow, but it is no simple undertaking to become a skilled archer. You must be prepared for a long and arduous journey. Are you resolved to complete that journey? Very well. Now, before proceeding, I must gauge your innate aptitude for archery. To this end, I hereby assign you the following trial. Slay squirrels and ladybugs and fungars that roam just beyond the city gates. 3 of each should suffice. Ladybugs. In so dealing, you will prove your fitness to join the Archers Guild. Report back to me when the task is accomplished. I doubt that it will trouble you unduly. Okay. Ladybugs ever done. Okay, I've got one more stop on the opening quest to follow. And that is to the market, because I've done the crystal. And I've done the Archer's Guild. Now all I need to do is find the market. Archer's Nest, Old Girdania, Central Shroud. Lots of ways to get out. Archer's Nest. Where is... I just want to go to that one last place. Leather Workers Guild. Okay. Well, let's stop for here. I will eventually find the markets, I think. Oh. Old Girdania, close to home. Oh, okay, we need to go. Need to go up to Old Girdania. Let's follow this. Let's go here. Let's see if we can... Ah, loading screens. This is not an open world. Looks like greetings, madam. Might you be looking for the services of a retainer? What's this? A missive from Fimba, she said. Whatever could it be about? She wants to know about the available of stock potions in the market. Markets. Hardly a matter warrants a letter, much less the hiring of a courier. Why she could not ask this question in person. I sense that adventurers from beyond our borders find the Gardarians somewhat difficult to deal with. Are we truly so devoid of warmth? If we mistrust outsiders, it is only because so many of them have brought chaos to the Twelveswood, and such sins as theirs cannot be forgotten. Yet, I suppose we might endeavor to be a little less cold. I completed another quest. Let's go down this way. Ah, there he is. By what right does a fledgling adventurer presume to address Parsemontre, master of the markets? You think you can stroll in here as bold as you please and demand my hard-earned knowledge? Ha! A merchant does naught for naught, especially when dealing with would-be heroes. If, on the other hand, you had some tasty morsel to curry my favor, then I might reconsider your quest. Come now, this whole encounter reeks of Mion's handiwork, and the more specifically her baking. Don't look so surprised, lass. I smelled that eel pie of yours a mile away. Hand it over. That flaky crust, just divine. Very well, I am a man of my word. Pay close attention, for I shall only explain this once. The aspiring adventurer need look no further than rosewood and ebony stalls. Both are but a short stroll from where we stand. Do you mean to do battle? You best be prepared with a quality set of weapons and armor. Such goods are the province of Rosewood Stalls, directly south of here. You will be pleased to learn that the merchants of Girdania are exceedingly particular when it comes to craftsmanship, so you needn't fear defective straps and the like. If it's potions and paraphernalia you seek, head north to the ebony stalls. The shelves are lavishly stocked by widely traveled Gul'dan merchants, and I may truly say that I've seen things amongst their myriad wares that I scarce knew existed. Do you follow me thus? The first step in any purchase is to select the stalls that meet your needs. Then you may concern yourself with price and profit. There is little more I can teach you with mere words. Go and peruse the stalls and see for yourself what they offer. There is no substitute for first-hand experience. After all, I am weary of talking, unless you have another eel pie. Okay, and let's see what he has to offer. The master of the markets, Pastormont, is willing to permit an adventurer to assist him in fulfilling an order from the Lancers Guild. Humph. I take it my previous explanation did not suffice to sate your curiosity. Very well. If you wish to know more about these markets, I shall give you a practical education free of charge. As master of the markets, I entertain many requests. This order from the whalers, for example, but I delegate their fulfillment to my hirelings that I might tend to such tasks as I alone am capable of performing. For your personal betterment, I shall delegate the fulfillment of this particular request to you. I bid you search the stalls for a bone spearhead, a pot of beeswax oil, and a length of bramblebriar rope, and deliver them to Selengod of the Lancers Guild. There is much more to be found in the stalls if you have the dedication to seek it and procure it. However, as my representative, you only need to offer my name as payment. None will deny me. In fact, many will be all too eager to part with their wares, so numerous are the debts I am owed. A fine proposition, is it not? I am spared the simple task, and you gain priceless mercantile experience. Why, I should rightly charge you for such an opportunity. But worry not, I am a man of my word, and the terms will stand. Deliver the goods to Selengud, and she will see fit to reward you. Okay, another quest. I think here is a good place to start. I've been recording for a while. And so I leave you for the day. Look for me at my website, victorialynnosborne.com, for my latest books, and Azure Spider Publications for my publishing house. I am running Valkyrie Gamer, a series of video games and tabletop games to promote gaming, both electronic and tabletop. And press the like button if you enjoyed this and want to see more of this. And subscribe if you want to get onto all my breakthroughs. Have a nice day, and I will see you around.